Okay, the mic is on, and here we go. Hello, everybody. Glad to see you here today. My name's John the Unwise Geek, and it is a great day to code. Not a great day to be running any kind of audio equipment on Pulse Audio, evidently. But hey, we're just gonna roll with it until we get this fixed. So, uh, the way I see it is the mic is good. I think Mycroft is good. I think. Hello. Well, maybe not. Um, and Uh, Spotify is there, and my wife is in the chat, so can't be all that bad. So I think I'm gonna spend the first part of this stream kind of looking to see if there's any way to possibly get Pulse Audio to save profiles. Maybe I could do that to kind of keep my stream the way it's supposed to be, with the null syncs loaded and OBS, having those ready for OBS to out or to capture audio from, and then go from there. So, um, so there's evidently a way here to create a file in config with the contents that you would usually put into Pulse Audio's command line, PACTL, and then it'll actually run those. It'll actually load that configuration. I think that might be the way to go here. So I don't know how it'll work. I think if I get it to do that, I'm gonna have to restart OBS. So I'm not gonna. There's a bit of crackling or popping sound on your audio. If I pull it down like this, is it any better? Or is it in the Spotify? Okay, so let's see. So that would be a way to do it. I would need to create a null sync for Mycroft, Soundboard, and Spotify, just to make sure those are in and ready to go. The issue is, Spotify is still working. All right, I've turned Spotify off. Is that any better, or was the popping coming from Spotify? Hmm. Testing, testing. Hello. Turn the microphone up a little bit, cause oh, so it is the mic. That's no bueno. All right, well, thank you. Let's. Does this mic sound any better? So instead of using the boom mic, I'm using the mic that's on the camera right now. I've heard okay things. I think it sounds a little. Oh, so oh, in that case, I'm using the boom mic then. Anyway, ah, uh-oh. Ah, all right. My boom mic just came off of the. Oh, now look. Now look. So my boom mic, usually it's straight up. So I swear this never happens. Okay. That was pretty tight too. Oh, it got loose from the base. Anybody know of a little blue pill for microphones? All right. Okay. So I'm gonna put this back to Audio Technica mic. So I probably need to pull that down a little bit. It's okay. We'll try again in 10 minutes, and I don't know, maybe I'll slap it around a bit. I don't know. I'm not an audio guy. We are talking about audio, right? Okay. Yeah. All right. So it looks like I could create a config file that would actually just reload it, and it'll load the null syncs over again if it has an issue. Okay, so what I can do. Yeah. Okay. Um, so I'm actually going to go ahead and leave this here since things seem to be fairly stable at the moment. And and I'm just going to go code because that's what I came to do. And that's what I find to be fun, not necessarily wrangling Pulse Audio. I'm going to bring up Spotify because it's cool to rock out while I code. There we go. Can you hear Spotify okay, dear, or is that coming through crackly too? All right. So, letting this go a little bit then. And pulling up VS Code. There we go. Oh, let's go ahead and settle that out. All right, so VS Code. We're gonna work on the Geekle a little bit. So if I recall correctly, oh, thank you, dear. If I recall correctly, where we were at is we had set up Mycroft to say the words that were coming through the Geekle, through the game. And today we wanted to go ahead and do some things that made Geekle a part of GeekBot. So where it's a game that could be triggered by y'all. It's a question now. I have a few ideas about how to implement this in the GeekBot. My problem is I don't know what to do quite yet. So we have a few options. We have the option to just have everybody have their own game going at once, which I think in the chat could be a little confusing. Alternatively, we could have the entire channel participating in a game at a single time, and what we would have to do is maybe have some kind of vote, and or perhaps some kind of whoever or, the collab game seems pretty cool. It's going to be a matter of how do we make it collaborative, because this is not necessarily a collaborative game in its original incarnation. So do we use votes, or can everybody just guess Wild Wild West style, which is just saying, hey, troll me? I like the collaborative idea too. Everyone has so much time to make a guess, then everyone votes. The problem is the fluid nature of the chat channel. No, so for example, if somebody votes in one, the docs for a stream chess game, it does voting. Well, it's not a matter of the implementation. I get the implementation. Okay, so I like the voting idea. I think I figure out how I want to do it. First things first, we need to go ahead and create the triggers for the game. So we're going to go ahead and go back over into, well, we need to modify Geekle to interface with GeekBot. how best do we do that? Well, yeah. So basically, what the way I envision it is, um, start game, starts the game. It basically outputs this. Oh, where are we? It basically outputs this to the channel. Welcome to be Geekle, or it's gonna have a more grander entrance. Enter your first guess. Then, at this point, it gives maybe a minute or a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, for everybody to like vote on a word, and I'll have it where it inputs to the chat. So and so has voted on this word. So and so has voted on this word. So if people aren't going to be creative enough to come up with their own word, people could throw in behind others, and whoever gets the most votes is the next guess. So say enough people voted on a door, then it'll output that status with so many words being green, or so many letters being green, others being red. So our next guess would be, if we find this, what would our next guess be? So, I know this is probably not going to be the right one, but maybe abort. It's not a T either. What can sometimes come after R? It's not an E. Well, anyway. So then, yeah, so many votes happen, so on and so forth, and then, yeah, and it continues going on until the game finishes. So. So we have the basic logic together. So now we got to figure out, how do I take this logic from geekle.py and put it into Geekbot? Yeah. So first I'm going to set a variable. I'm probably going to only allow one game in progress at a time. So set a variable there. Okay. Alright, so that's our first setup. So that's going to allow the bang equal command. Um, Alright, so first thing, it's going to be an argument. Don't need to worry about permissions, so we won't set that. Unless it's the cancel command. Ooh, nice. 4. I got yesterday's in 5. So user equals self get user from raw data ctx. Hey Google, how long left on my timer? So I'm looking at what I could expect from that function, but I don't think I saw that. There it is. Okay. So now we're gonna basically run this as a... Yeah, it was rough. So I'm gonna run this basically as a case statement. One is gonna be start. One's gotta be start. So if arg 3 equals have my JavaScript showing there for a second. Then else if arg equals cancel. This would be if arg equals cancel and user perm less than or equal to 1. So basically only mods could cancel. Yeah, here we go. Else if arg equals vote arg equals status. All right. So I think those are going to be the 4 that those are going to be the 4 commands that we're going to allow. Okay, my dear, have a great walk. My mouth is actually starting to hurt a little bit. I might quiet down for a little bit. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Oh no, my green screen is also janky. No bueno. There we go. Should help a little bit at least. I can make this a class. It's been a minute. Good. Okay. Okay, so let's also, so we do have a status here. What does that status get used for? Oh, that's right, that's right. So we'll create another called step here. Why is the knit not working? There we go. Perfect. So how we're going to basically do this is we're going to instantiate a class in the GeekBot to represent the game. And then every time someone makes a move, we're going to query that class to get a status, and if it makes sense, it's going to process from there. So we're going to create a function, start game. Don't know what it needs yet. We'll see. Guess it would need self. So alright, so we're also creating a variable called next message. Basically what the GeekBot should tell everybody in the chat. Need to add self to all of these because I want these variables accessible from the entire class and not just from within the init. I think I need to do this anyway. So it's been a minute since I've played with classes. At any rate. So at start game, self step should equal guess is what? Guess yeah. Still self step will equal guess step, then the guess number that we're currently on. The message will be please enter your first guess, and then meanwhile we're going to go ahead and find the word. Actually, the word should already be up and running, shouldn't it? Okay, and then we'll need def process guess self and we'll need guess. So it'll have to pass in guess. So we have this basically right here. Let's check this logic here. So if guess equals... Oh, okay. No, this is good. So we're going to grab this and we're going to make this code essentially our process guess. Alright, so let's take a look at process guess, update this to basically be anything that the class must be. Alright, so we're not in the loop anymore, so we're gonna remove this continue. And so update word list is now a part is a class. Oh god, not member. It's not function. What is the function called when it's part of a method? It's now a class method. So yeah, self words equals self get words. Self word list, self get word list, self words. All right, again, take off that continue. All right, so if the length of the guess is greater than... Oh, you know, it just occurred to me that I have missed a bit of logic here. But if it's also less than 5, this word is too short. Oh yeah, duh. Alright, so if guess not in self word list, so we're going to pass in the guess and evaluate and words. We're going to change this to self emit. All right. Then it reloads words and word lists. Good. Else guess equals blank. Let's think about this. It's kind of weird, you know, when I started this off, I programmed it with kind of very linear logic. And now that I'm creating a class out of this to be operated from the bot using bot commands, I have to use less nonlinear logic and make it more object oriented. That is not straightforward. So it's going to, so process guess is going to do that. I also need to figure out a way where I can output this color in, I can output this status in color. Oh, thank you, dear. Ooh, down to the river already? Paint me a nice picture, will you? I gotta do that walking thing with you soon. So I need to go ahead and output this as HTML rather than... So I'm going to create a self-status output equals HTML. Oh, I just caught an error there. Okay, so so it's going to take a, so Geekle is going to take a output type of HTML, or if it's blank, it'll use text. Or ANSI. Yeah, I mean, I call it a walk, but I don't think I would have done much better than your average, you know, shuffle. Maybe what kind of walks do zombies do? Is that a shuffle or more of a just kind of pulling yourself along by your will to not live? I don't know. It's Unlife. How do zombies walk? Okay, well, how do you describe a zombie's walk? Staggering, lumbering, yeah. Okay, so I will, I'll rephrase, and I have to shamble down to the river with you soon. Alright. So it's going to default to HTML. However, it can also take ANSI. So I'm going to create a ternary operator here to make that a default. And then if it gets some kind of output other than HTML, it's going to use ANSI. Oh, okay. Actually, if output type not equal to ANSI, else ANSI? Yeah, okay, that'll work. Alright, cool. So going back down here, going down here. So I'm looking at this for loop that creates the status update. Shamble, yeah. So if guess I not inward, status plus equals guess I. Okay. However, if guess I inward, I'd go if self status output equals ANSI, we're going to go ahead and do our normal thing. However, if self status output equal HTML, we're going to do somewhat similar, but how would we do this? How would we do this? Alright, I know how we're going to do this. We're going to set a few variables up here. In process guess, we're going to go HTML red equals span. I know we want to do it as a span. Style equals. Ooh, hold on. Span style equals red. Style equals color red, semicolon. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm gonna go open red. We're gonna call it open red and close red. Actually, just do a close tag. All we have to do is close equal /span, and that'll close whatever color we set. Then we're going to do open green. Green equals span style equals color green. There we go. All right. So we're going to go down to this over here, and then so this is foreground red style bold. So this will be HTML red. Style equals F HTML red. Ooh, that's failing for some reason. Oh, yeah, of course, because I haven't closed the string. Guess one and close. There. Oh, so this needs to be HTML red. I don't know why I changed that. Open red or open green. That's not. There. HTML red, HTML green. So status equals F string HTML red, guess, close. If SI not equals word I. Else. This will be green. Alright, so that'll update the status to have a HTML. So that'll actually have to be self status. Self status. And if guess equals self-word. Self-emit, congratulations, you guessed correctly. Guesses equal 100. Great. Now, So, let's look at this process guess again. We need to work out some way to not increment the guess number if it doesn't make sense. So this will clear guess, self guess. Do we need to clear guess? I guess we do. If guess not in word list. Oof. So I'm going to put a logic gate here. If guess not equal to blank, an empty string, then I'm going to go ahead and run this for loop. And I'm also going to run this piece right here. Oh. Yeah, because for it to get this, which is where the rubber meets the road and the status gets updated, it has to match this one little logic gate. There still has to be a guess. Otherwise, we can know that the guess isn't accurate or the guess didn't pass muster if it just got blanked out, since we're establishing that guess equals blank. Alright, so so we're updating self status. Now once we've done we're done updating self status, and we know that self word, the guess isn't equal to self word, meaning a win condition. We can go ahead and guesses plus equal to 1, and then game state. Oh, hold on. So self guesses equals to 1. So self oh gosh, is it step that I'm using? Yeah, I'm using step. All right, so self step equals finished, or let's do a little more classy, game over if guesses equal is equal to 101. Else it will be guess self guesses. Yeah, there we go. I need to create a F string here. So now we set the step. Do we need to return anything with this process guessed? I guess we need to return the new status. So make sure that we're, yep, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and return. Do we want to return the step indicating what the next one is? Or, well, why not both? we can always return. We can always expect a tuple, or we can always say we could expect a tuple as a return result for any of the methods of our class. So we could return step status. Yeah, return self step, return self status. There we go. Now that's actually going to be going back to the GeekBot. So from there, the GeekBot could apply its own logic to see what the next thing to do will be. Oh, that's logic I don't need to edit right now. Alright, so the start game is something that we can expect from GeekBot. Well, you know what I can do? I could use this return to send out next message, and then the status will just be part of next message, whatever that may be. So yeah, so I don't want to do next message as part of emit. I don't need a speak or a print here either, come to think of it. So yeah, I'll emit, and then whatever I emit will also be set as the next message to be output as text from the GeekBot. Yeah, moving right along here. Alright, so step. So message will equal, I don't need an emit here. Uh-oh, there we go. So what I'll do is I will create a message variable up here, kind of blank it out, and then as we go through the logic, we can do things like message plus equal this word is too long, or message plus equal this word is too short. Now, I need to cut out a little early then, if that's the case. So, what I'll do is return. Wait, what happened here? So yeah, message. The word's too long. Please retry your guess. The word is too short. Please retry your guess. So actually, since this isn't going to be triggered by this, I don't have to do a return up here. Maybe I do. No, I don't. If length of guess greater than 5, do that. Else if length of guess less than 5, do that. Else if, yeah. Else if guess not in self-word list. So that logic basically says if is essentially the equivalent of if guess is not in self-word list and length guess less than 5 and length guess greater than 5. Or rather not greater than 5 and not less than 5, it'll do this. It'll evaluate it to add it to the word list. And then so I have to message plus equal this guess is not a word. Alrighty. Message plus equals added word to list. Thank you for making me a little smarter. Good. However, yeah, this guess is not a word, and then guess is blank. Perfecto. So far, so good. The logic is checking out. So if it gets this far, it's going to return self-step, which should be whichever guess it's on, or game over if it's no longer on a guess. Ooh, hold the phone. Okay, so we'll hold off on that that line of thinking for a minute. We'll just return self-step and self-next message, which should actually just mean message. Right, so at the end of this logic here, we're going to go ahead and... Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, at the end of this logic here, we're going to go self next message equals... I guess it would be previous message at this point, so... Yeah, that's good. So self previous message equals message. Alright, cool. So we'll go ahead and change this up here to previous message. So that'll allow a bit of extra functionality, where if we want to know what the previous message that Geekbot sent regarding the game, we could just use prev or something like that. So let's go ahead and document this in the code for Geekbot. If arg equals prev. I don't know if I want to have that on a... I don't know if I want to have that on a particular user permission or not. I don't know. Okay, so... So return self step and return previous message. I'm doing this as a tuple rather than dictionary. There we go. All right. So now we have a way to start a game. We have a way to process a guess. I'm a little questionable on that logic, whether it'll be whether that'll work or not. So let's check it out. We're gonna comment this out, and going into Geekbot, we're going to game in progress equals true. Whoa. Almost lost the green screen there for a second. New game equals Geekle. Output type equals HTML. Now I need to go ahead and import the class. So one of the things I need to do here in GeeklePy, instead of calling it GeeklePy, I need to go ahead and rename it to init.py. Oh, excuse me 1 second. Something buzzing at me. Okay, cool. I have a prescription ready for pickup. Interessante. Okay, so I have to rename it to init.py, so I can go ahead and do something like from Geekle import Geekle. So from the Geekle module, since we've renamed it to init.py, it's essentially creating a module I'm having so much trouble with the camera today. But since it's a module, now that I renamed it to init.py, we could just go ahead and import the class right from Geekle. So we're importing the class. Then down here in the command, we're going to see we're in a class 2, right? Bot. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and instantiate this as a Okay, so we're gonna basically instantiate this as a class object on the bot class object. So self new game equal Geekle will equal Geekle output HTML, and then we're gonna go new game start game. Oh, yep, self new game, start game. Alright, this is gonna get complicated. Now we're gonna go ahead and game status equals self new game, start game, and we are going to for debugging purposes, we're just gonna go ahead and print game status. And we're gonna immediately self game in progress equals false. Actually, let's keep that to true because I want to test to make sure that actually works. Then we're gonna go self new game equals there, just to cancel out that game. Actually, instead of that, what we can do is go ahead and cancel. Yeah. So we'll just go ahead and make sure that cancel is working. And then we will also self game in progress equals false. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and restart the Geekbot, and I apologize to anybody over there on YouTube. We're probably going to get the YouTube chat cut off. Alright. Alright, here is the Geekbot. Uh-oh. We'll go vm bin python 3 geekbot.py. Oh no! Init subclass tech takes no keyword arguments. Alright, so that's in the init here. Alright, so I'm pulling that out, and I think it does take some keyword arguments. Thank you very much. That could be it right there. That could be the problem. So we'll save that. Alright, so it's saying init subclass still takes no keyword arguments. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and can't wait to have you home, dear. So I'm just going to leave that as HTML, and if I want to, and basically if you want to output it as ANSI, you just have to add that manually with a keyboard. Alright, so let's go ahead and try to instantiate this again.
The Geekbot is online.
Hey, how about that? Alright, so the Geekbot's online. I'm gonna go bot start. Okay, and let's go ahead and let's try some things. Let's see. So the commands we have are geekle start, geekle cancel. Those are the two I want to practice with today, or test out right now. So geekle start. So did it print anything about the game status? Oh no. Got an unexpected keyword output type. No bueno. Alright, so that I should have seen coming. Alright, so let's go ahead and give it a restart.
The Geekbot is online.
Geekle start. Alright, so now we have getWords takes one positional argument, but two were given, and this is going to... Ooh. Alright. Two were given. Line 31. So let's go and take a look at that. Okay, so I think I need to have self-wordless file on this one. Well, actually it wouldn't be self, it would just be wordless file. Because it's outside of the class. So I wonder why All right, so let's take a look at get words. We could just click this. Just one. So why is it saying I'm getting two? Self new game Geekle. Self words, self get words, word list file. Alright, let's go ahead and pull this in as part of the class. Alright, now, so we'll save that. Give Geekbot a
The
restart.
Geekbot is online.
And then Geekle start. Same thing. Get words takes one positional argument, but two are given. Ah. Ooh, wait a minute. So I know this is, I've seen this before when working with classes in the past. It has something to do with self. So Python 3 takes one positional argument, but two are given. Evidently, I looked this up before in the past. When you call a method associated with an object, there's one positional argument that is supplied by default, self. So, okay. If you forget to include self when you define a method, you'll encounter an error that says takes. Okay, so what this basically means is when I defined get words, and I'm probably going to also run into this with the other methods that I've worked with, or I've created. I need to add self here at the very front. Ah, she's home. I heard the door. I'm glad it's you. That's not weird. Welcome home, my love. So I have to add self to these, so it's an expected argument when it comes through. All right, so let's go ahead and give Geekbot a restart, and
The Geekbot is online.
there we go. Alright, so no such file or directory, word list. Ah, yes, of course. Because we're instantiating this in the Geekbots file, or in the Geekbot folder, and not necessarily in the module folder. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just copy this in. This is kind of a hacky solution, but it'll at least get us up and
The
playing.
Geekbot is online.
I don't know. Need to have Yannick say a few things, and I can then go ahead and make that judgment. Alright, so Geekle start. Haha, alright. So need to go ahead and in init.py at the start Let's start game. What I'll need to do is this needs to be a F string, so it puts the proper guess on the status or the step. Then previous message needs to be set, which it is. Then we're gonna go to self emit. Actually, self speak. Self prev message. We'll save that.
The Geekbot is online.
Awesome, dude. Alright, so that didn't quite work. Let's take a look here. Ooh, alright, so I'm going to take these. I'm going to put these inside the Geekle class. So then I can, when that'll run in the background, and then for def speak, I could do if self speak is true, then self M word emit. There we go. Cool. Alright, so
The Geekbot is online.
okay, well, better be, buddy. Yeah, see, it's that message isn't getting through to the M-word bus. So I think what I might have to do take it out of the individual module. Put it in Geekbot. Alright, so we're not going to be speaking from the module itself. We are going to be speaking from the Geekbot. Only now, Geekbot will be using the M word as its voice. Goodbye, you speak. I hardly knew thee. Whoop. There we go. So, utterance message. Is that accurate? Nope. There we go. Now let's make sure that actually works. Oh, how is Martha doing? Ah! Okay, so this is in initpy 104. Oh, hey, how about that? This is exactly where I was supposed to change. Okay, save that. Bot object has no attribute M word. Betcha it does. Why is that not working? That might be it. That was it. Am I just not hearing Mycroft, or... Hey Mycroft, what's the weather like outside? Yes, I'm just not hearing Mycroft. Let's go ahead and start. All restart. Yeah, I didn't hear him either. Hey Mycroft, what's the weather outside?
Precipitation with cloudy skies, a wind speed of 3 miles per hour and a temperature of 73 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, so he's coming through the Spotify, it looks like. Sound issues, sound issues, sound issues. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this again. Where did you go, Geekbot? Oh, here it is.
The Geek that is online.
There we go. That was definitely Mycroft's voice as well. So perfect. So let's go ahead and add some. Oh, actually, as a matter of fact, hey Mycroft, give us a cheer.
Please rephrase your request.
Never mind. Okay, so there we go. Geekbots Online, awesome. So now, when we go to our start command, what we could do is, oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I just saw it fly by. Awesome. So it'll print a game status, and what we wanted to do is say game status 2, whatever that might be. So self say game status 1. So it's a 0 index tuple. So yeah. So we'll save that. Go ahead and bounce.
The Geekbot is online.
All right. So
Welcome to Geekle. Please vote on your first guest.
there we go. All right, so that actually worked. Not exactly a game show host, but he'll do. So next thing we'll do is Geekle cancel. All right, cool. So I think that might have worked. Is it cancel or stop? Yeah. It's cancel. He'll be fine. Or arg equals stop. Now, why did I just do that? Because I want to break out the user perm into else self say you do not have permission to run that command. Or actually, we're just going to await say that. We're going to await ctx send. Oh, let's see. Where do I get the... Oh yeah, here we go. User does not have the ability to stop a game. Further attempts will result in trolls returning.
I don't understand, but I'm learning new things every day.
There we go. That has to be a wait. There we go. And then we are going to go await ctx send. Alright, so far so good. We're also going to await ctx send That'll also be game status 1. Cool, so we'll save that. We'll
The
restart
Geek
Geekbot.
is online.
And we're gonna resend Geekle start.
Welcome to Geekle. Please vote on your first guest.
Geekle stop.
The previous game of Geekle has been stopped.
Alright, I want to check user permissions. So, Monica,
Welcome to Geekle.
can you do me a
Please
huge
vote on
favor
your
and
first
then
guest.
send a bang Geekle space stop? I want to make sure that it is recognizing moderators. Thank you, dear. Try to stop the game whenever you get a chance.
The previous game of Geekle has been stopped.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead and go back to the module, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some logic at the end here to handle guessing wrong too many times. So self guesses plus equals 1. Self step game over if you did? Oh, you did. It worked. It worked perfectly. Thank you. I think I'm dealing with lag here. Or, well, no. I mean, technically, I'm in real time, and you're dealing with lag. Like, I don't want anybody stream sniping my code, so I have that kind of weird lag thing going on. Because it makes so much sense. But, yeah, it worked perfectly. Thank you, dear. So, I just saw an error that I need to fix up, or else this won't work. Now, one thing I just thought of, if I include HTML in my response, it's going to show HTML in the Twitch chat, and it won't even show in the chat history. So I have to figure out some other way to do this. Or so what I could do is implement a message type Actually, no, I don't need to do that, will I? No, I don't need to do that. So now I'm still showing an error somewhere around. I guess it's around here somewhere. added. Okay, so all right, so I'm gonna add a few more things. So I'm gonna add a method called getWord. And what it's going to do is return. It'll be word, self-word, and it'll be of a type text. So I have to start adding types to these returns just so I can process it correctly when it gets back to the Geekbot. Most returns are going to be text, but I guess some are meant to be spoken. What I could do is add a list of... This is getting a little more complicated, but that's okay. It'll be a list of tuples. Actually, let's do this as a dictionary so it's a little easier to manage on the other side. So first things first will be message. Key will be message. And type will be text. That should work. And if we need to do multiple, we can do multiple. We'll do multiple items in the list. I'm going to come back to that. Because I also need to change this. I'm gonna do something here. Yeah. So what this will do is I can just use do make message. I'll do MSG, and it'll just return a dictionary of what our message contents should be. So making these returns is going to be a lot easier. Just self make message, and this just can be a list of make messages. I could even do something easy as this. Message list equals make message self prev message txt text. And then when I get over here, I could just pass message list. Oh yeah. Oh, I need to do self make message, and that's actually a lot cleaner if I do it this way. Yeah. Okay. So up here, I can just as easily go so if it's just a one. If it was a one thing, I could just do self word. And it'll be text. Alright, so there we go. down here. Now let's also do a process guest. The process guest, and we'll add a message list for this. There we go. Now I could just switch out this for message list. Now, when I get something like new game, when I get something like game status, for example, what's returned, I could just do something like this. Now, for each in, or for each is fine. For item in game status 1, which is a list, if item type equals text, await ctx send, and then item message. If item type equals speak or speech, yeah, we'll call it speech, we can go self say item message, and then we'll process through those. If it comes in with a type of a message type that is not among those two, it'll just ignore it, which is fine, because that is also a pathway to data security as well. So cool, so that's good. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and give that a shot, see how that works. And also for that, let's go ahead and also self new game get word. Yeah, so then actually, so just for item in word, if item type equals word, print word item message. Cool. All right, so we're gonna also test that get word to get worm. Oh my gosh.
The Geek Bit is online.
All right, so we're gonna go geek will start. Ooh, okay, so start game takes self message, takes 2 positional arguments, but 3 were given. We've seen this before. There we go. All right.
The Geek Bit is online.
All right, so we're gonna go geek will start. I didn't hear Mycroft with that one. Okay, so string indices must be integers. It shouldn't be getting a string, it should be getting a list. Oh. Okay. Alright, I know what's up with that. So it's getting a list, but it's only getting a list for that second thing. So what I need to do is find my code. Where's my code? There it is. All right. So for item in game status 1, no, that's it. So that should be a list, and it should be going through each. Alright, so let's go ahead and print game status. Let's make sure I'm getting what I think I'd be getting.
The Geek bit is online.
So we're gonna run Geek will start again. Alright, so okay, so what I'm getting is guess 1. So that should be game status 0. And then game status 1. Oh, okay, so yes, it's a list of dictionaries. So okay, so what I need to do is for I in range 0 to len of game status 1. So then what I could do now is item I type item I message. Item I type. Go ahead and grab that into clipboard. And same thing here. So for item in word range 0 len word 1. Item I. Oh, actually I won't have an item, will I? So it'll just be, instead of an item, it'll be game status 1 I type. Yeah. Oh, maybe I could make this a little bit easier to read, and instead of doing that, what I can do is so I'll do message list equals game status 1. So we know we're gonna get a list in game status 1, so we could just create a variable for that, and then we could go for item in message list, and then boom, go from there. And this should work. So message list equals word 1 for item in range 0, actually for item in word, for item in message list. There we go. For item type equals word, print item message. All right, there we go. That should do it. So let's go ahead and give this another run.
It is online.
WebSocket connection was closed. From what to what? Uh-oh. Okay, so let's go ahead and cancel GeekBot for a minute. Give it a second to have its status caught up with. I can't help but wonder if maybe I tried to connect to Twitch too much.
The Geek bit is online.
There we go. Alright, so we're gonna go Geek will start. Uh-oh, name I is undefined, and that is in 163 in Geekle. Hey, we're getting further down the logic here. Wait, no. That can't be it. We don't have a 163 in Geekle. Oh. Line 163. Alright. In Geekbot. We do have that. I missed one.
The Geek bit is online.
There is not a script to prompt a guess yet, so I have to figure out the voting mechanism and timing on that and all of that. So there's going to be a mixture of commands and routines. Yeah, so we'll figure that out in a second. I just want to get the logic of starting and stopping the game correct and how to handle messages going back and forth between Geekle and the Geekbot. Yeah, so we're almost there. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and excuse me. We're gonna go ahead and run this. And
The Geek bit is online.
oh, I see what you're saying. That worked. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and revisit the module, and then I'm gonna take a look at some of these returns to see if I could also add speech. Oh, and I am looking at returns in the wrong one. Cool. Perfect. So word. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and copy this, because not only do we want it to output it to the chat, we also want it to say it out loud. The welcome. Please vote on your first guess. Okay. So we're gonna go a little further down. So okay, so we can do this essentially the same thing here. We could go ahead and create this as speech as well. Is there any others? Nope. I thought there was one more return of some kind. But oh yeah, well, it's word, and that's perfectly fine coming in as text. All right, so we'll save this. Go ahead and bounce Geekbot. Heck, invalid syntax. Init 112. All right, no, why? Oh, I guess these work better with commas. Alright, and same thing, line 156. I have forgotten to not only put commas on one list, but two entire lists. Proud day for my family.
The Geek bit is online.
There we go. Alright.
Welcome to Geekle. Please vote on your first guess.
Alright, cool. That's exactly what we wanted it to do. Okay, Google, stop. Alright, so there we go. That's excellent. That's exactly what we wanted to do. So let's go ahead and Geekle stop.
The previous game of Geekle has been stopped.
That's awesome. Okay, so let's take a look at what next command we have to do. This is where it's going to get complicated, because we have the command to start the game, to stop the game. Now we need to set up a status, and we need to set up vote. We need to set up vote before we can set up status. Oh, you know what? Previous. We'll hit the low-hanging fruit first. We'll also add a def get previous self. That should do it. And we're going to return. Self prev message text save that. Back over to Geekbot. We're gonna go ahead and previous equals. You know, we're doing so much of this right here, we probably want to add some kind of handle message, or handle messages. So let's go ahead and add a function up here below Minecraft. Cancel. Self message list. Alright, so, and we're gonna basically this.
I'm not sure I understood you.
So, if allowed types equal text, speech, word, prev. Now, if for message in message list, if message type in allowed types, we're going to get this out of the way very fast. We're just going to pass. Actually, we don't even need to pass, that's implied. So there we go. If in allowed types, so if okay, so for for type in allowed types. Do this backwards. If message type so I can't do it that way. If message type equals text ctx await. Oh wait, no, await ctx send. I think I could do that here. What else does ctx send need? Just needs the message, evidently. Yep, okay, great. Okay, that's not working. Oh, I guess you could only do CTX sends from the command. So what I'll do is commands.command async write, or actually just chat. Do I want to do this? No, I do not. How was I doing this from the routines? Because that's outside of commands too, but I could still send. Yes. Okay, I was creating a task. Yes. Okay. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to go back up to handle message. So if it is text, you're going to say chan equals self get channel, the Unwise Geek, loop, and loop create task. And what that task will be sending the message. All right, then if message type equals speech, we're gonna self say message. However, if message type equals word, we are going to pass. But wait, there's more. There is also a previous. There we go. Oh, you know what? I don't want to do previous. I don't want to speak previous out loud, so I just want to equals speech. And then up here in text or preview. So we'll save that. Let's see how this goes. Oh, actually, we need to handle messages. All right, so we are getting there we go. So we're gonna pass message list to handle messages and let that do our dirty work. We're gonna do the same thing for Word as well. Matter of fact, we're gonna do this slightly differently. We're gonna do the same things up here, only we're gonna do a little more formatting and do a little more message handling. So we're gonna send a formatted F string. The word from this game was there we go. Yeah, I think that works. Cool. So let's save that. And we should see a few things when we pop open. Not this. Was not expecting that. So let's go down to 192 and see what happened there. Oh yeah. Prev equals game, new game. Self, new game. Get previous. And, so message list. Oh, actually, we could just, self handle messages. Prev 1. Save. Cool. Alright, now.
The Geek Bit is online.
Alright. So let's Geekle start. Uh-oh. Channel Unwise Geek was unable to be joined. Check channel is valid. Oh, okay, so it's closing out the... For some reason, every so often it's closing out the WebSocket, and I don't know why.
The Geek Bit is online.
There we go.
Welcome to Geekle. Please vote on your first guest.
What? Plain. It's coming straight out. Plain. Alright, so obviously there's a logic error there. So let's take a look at Word. So it's getting Word, it's setting the message list, and it's sending the handle message. Okay, so so one thing I could do is, instead of that, just game status 1. Then down here, Word 1. Now, let's take a look at why it's just saying plain and not all the other stuff I'd put around it. Get event loop async IO, create task, chance.send f, the word from this game was message. That should be correct. I don't know. So let's try this. Let's text equals Alright, so we'll save that. Before we stop this, let's do one thing. We'll go Geekle prev. Good, that was our last message. We'll probably want to do stuff to make that a little clearer, that it was in fact the previous message. So for example, over here, text equals oh, okay, so let's just text equals, then text plus equals Previous message, if message type equals else nada. And then text plus equals message, and then we're just going to go ahead and send text. Save that. Okay, great. So we'll go ahead and try this again.
The Geeklet is online.
All right. Ooh, all right. So
The Geeklet is online. Welcome to Geekle. Please vote on your first guest.
God, I hate that word, slyly. Oh my god. It's gonna cause a word. That's gonna cause a riot if it ever comes up. The problem is it's just spitting out the word. It's not... Why is it doing that? Am I sending word as text? Yeah, I'm sending word as text. Stupid ass.
The Geeklet is online. Welcome to Geekle. Please vote on your first guest.
That's awesome. Alright. Alright, now, one thing, do I want to have the word spoken out loud? Nah, we're good. Okay, so that's great. I have a message handler set up. What's next? What's next? So let's also get status. This is all the kind of low-hanging fruit information functions. That's okay if it's sent as text, because... well... Whoops. Okay, else that. Good. Alright, so let's save this. Shouldn't have gotten out of there that quick. Self, new game, get status. and 1. I think that'll work. Oh, okay. Oh shoot, it's almost 8 o'clock. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and put about 10 more minutes into this and call it a night then. Get messages. Had one extra parenthesis than I needed. So we'll save that. I think this will work.
The Geeklet is online.
Geek will start.
Welcome to Geekle. Please vote all new first guest.
Alright. Geek will prev. That didn't work. So I see it happening in the logs, it's not making it to Twitch. I'm wondering if Twitch is fed up with my BS. I think I might know why, if they are at all. So down here, I'm going to put a channel, and I'm going to put a loop here, self-chan, and self-loop. So I'm going to take these out of the individual message handlers, and I'm going to call self loop create task chan send text. I actually need to do self chan send text. Yeah. Same thing went down here. Chan loop goodbye. Self loop create task. There we go. Alright, so let's see if this will work.
The Geeklet is online.
Alright, so Geek will start. Okay, so none type object has no attribute send, so it's self loop create task. This is on line 60. That should be fine. I don't know why that's not working. Well, alright. So let's do a quick recap here. We've, for the most part, got Geekle to be instantiated as a class. We're having a more distributed system in the gameplay. We're adding the commands for Geekbot, and so far so good. There's a bit of an issue with how to actually present the information, but I'm sure if we keep cracking on that, we're going to see some nice things happen there. So as a bit of a heads up, I've been having some mouth pain from some dental work that needs to be done, and that's really been affecting my ability to stream or not. So please keep an eye on the community Tea Time Discord and for Twitter for any news and events. If you don't see anything there, you'll know I'll be here at 5:30 p.m. on Eastern Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off then, and say if you have any, if you want to take a look at anything that I've coded on the stream, please go ahead and check out my GitHub. It's been through the chat all night long. It's also in the channel description as well. Also, you can follow me on Twitter if you have any questions. It's at the Unwise Geek, and I'll be very, very happy to hear from you. So with that said, this was a great day to code. I'm glad you're here coding with me, and I will see you Friday, 5:30 p.m. Hey Mycroft, start the outro.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Hey Mycroft, play the outro.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Have a good night, everybody.
You might have to say that a different way.